Okay, hi, I'm Sam. I co-own two small coach companies in Manchester with my family, and we've been, or about to be, adversely affected by the clean air zone. I first heard about the scheme in the back end of 2018 when the Federation of Small Businesses alerted me to the fact that our operating costs were about to increase significantly, and subsequently I attended at least 4 different meetings, all of which were through the FSB, none of which were through TFGM or the Clean Air Zone. The Clean Air Zone charge will affect our business by increasing our operating costs as it currently stands by £432,000 per annum, based on an average use of our vehicles. All of our vehicles are between Euro 4 and Euro 5. The effects on our customers will be that they pay the £60 per day charge, or obviously the increased overheads will also increase our prices. So for instance, the home to school families that pay us directly, they'll see a significant increase, and as will anyone hiring a coach. I'm fully aware that the vast majority of the people of Greater Manchester cannot afford to pay anything extra, given the cost of living increases, the interest rates increased, council tax has increased, everything increases, nothing's coming down, and I don't think that for 1 minute that anyone could afford the average increase this will incur. We do a lot of work with schools, and we do a lot of work with private schools as well, and all the schools that we deal with seem to have a stretched budget. Nobody seems to have any money, and some of the schools that we deal with even struggle to pay the fees of a coach going into Manchester, which is one of the cheapest journeys that we operate. Some of the children can't afford that, so the schools are absolutely subsidising the trips. It's quite sad times. I think that the whole process has been done under the cover of darkness. There was less than 5,000 applicants to the survey that was sent out by TFGM/CAZ, and that it really does speak for itself. Well, looking at the vehicles available, cars are predominantly Euro 6 now, diesel cars. The lifespan of cars is a lot shorter nowadays, so naturally people are driving Euro 6s whether they like it or not. The vans are now all Euro 6, and trucks and buses and coaches are all getting there. Obviously trucks, buses and coaches have got a longer lifespan than cars, so I think that, I want to have clean air for my children and for my grandchildren in years to come, but I don't think we should be getting there because we're forced to get there. I think we should get there with natural progression, allow people to save, allow people to naturally progress into newer vehicles and cleaner vehicles. We haven't got the infrastructure available to go all electric. If the whole population overnight decided we're all having electric cars, there'll be serious problems. So I think we need to slow it down a bit, and we need to allow people to progress naturally without bankrupting themselves. People have still got to live. The grant scheme, in my personal opinion, isn't worth the paper it's written on. Given that the pandemic has significantly increased operating costs, cost of supplies for everybody's gone up, not just for us. Cost of fuel's rocketed, and also most businesses are recovering from the pandemic. But the grant eligible for is for circa £16,000. But when your asset that you've got to part exchange is depreciated so much because it's not Euro 6, and the cost of the new unit has escalated so much because of the lack of supply, there's already a deficit there of £60,000 before you start. So the £16,000 doesn't touch the sides. I'd like someone to explain to me why the vehicle manufacturers are not actively encouraging us all to have these exhaust systems fitted. I'd like somebody somewhere to look into the fact that they operate at a higher temperature. The engines weren't made with these systems on, so the manufacturers aren't supporting these systems, quite obviously, otherwise they would be selling them to us all. So I'd also like somebody to raise with the powers that be that if we adapt our vehicles and cause a fire or or worse injuries, who will be picking up the pieces? Because you can't adapt vehicles. The manufacturer won't stand by their unit if we've adapted it. The insurance won't be impressed if we've adapted it. So who will be picking up the pieces? I don't think it's very fair to put a gun to our heads and say, have new vehicles on this date or pay the fine, or charge as they're calling it.